Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Things already rolling. Spain have gone with what looks like an orthodox 4-4-2, Jim.
I think it gets a terrible raw deal these days. It's deemed old-fashioned, outdated, but in truth, with the right personnel, it works just as well as any other system or formation. Success can still be had with it, and teams are still winning big trophies with exactly this setup.
Valverde. And he welcomes it in. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Throw it.
So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, I would think that this fella Valverde's role is going to be so key here. He'll be tasked with pretty much doing everything from covering the back line to winning the ball back, triggering counter-attacks, providing outlets, pressing, as well as being a goal threat.
Valverde! Brilliant from Valverde! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
So, a breakthrough already.
Fermin. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Schlotterbeck. For Valverde. And it's Tchouaméni.
Quarter of an hour played. Tonali did well to step in there. That was more than necessary.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Spain are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Tchouaméni. No, that's been intercepted. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Can he get it through? Now the cross. Well, there's the clearance. Mbappe. Eze. Koundé. Ambitious ball here. And the pass is intercepted. Van de Ven. And it's Van Dijk. Now João Neves. Now he's off and running. Not the most accurate pass. Thuram. João Neves. And he's forced to go back. And he's managed to get free. Now can he find... And a chance! Van de Ven is there and he can get that clear.
Vinicius Junior really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Now this could be a chance. Well, that is one way to stop him. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Now it's Mbappe. Well, that pass isn't the best. Tchouaméni. Fermin. And it's Cucurella. And it's Lopez. Lopez. Aimed at the far side. And that has been knocked clear. Spain have reclaimed it. Here's Tchouaméni. João Neves with the clearance.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Fermin goes short. Oh, such a clever touch. Shot could be on. Decent chance! And it's in! Spain are all square. He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view.
Takes a shot! It's a goal! And they get themselves in front!
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going to miss that.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Vinicius Junior played out to the left flank.
2 minutos de descuento.
Cucurella. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Van Dijk clears without hesitation. And it's half-time. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. Caution certainly not on the agenda here, from both sides.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Vietnam are up by the odd goal in 3, just about shading things at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Played out wide. Valverde. Thuram. Done delicately. He's shifting through the gears here. Eze! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Well taken goal. 2 up now, and they are cruising. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Vietnam now in a position far more desirable.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them.
And the shot! And that is wildly off target.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Tonali. Thuram is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now. That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
Toss somewhat off target. Tchouaméni. And it's Tchouaméni. That's beautifully weighted. And that is well cleared. Matheus Cunha. Passing is crisp and sharp. And here's Vinicius Junior. He has a look up. No way through. He's had a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Van de Ven. Just eases him off the ball. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Cucurella. Tonali. And it's Neves. Oh, that's a great run he's made from deep. Cucurella wins the duel this time. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Vinicius Junior chasing after it. And they're back on the ball again. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Bellingham.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Just about up to 75 minutes. Fermin. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Tchouaméni. Spread out to the left. And Fermin. Nicely aimed pass. Valverde. Oh, good spread. Knocks it out wide. And back to the keeper. Now, what about a counter-attack? The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now, this could be a chance. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Eze!
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it. I bet you the keeper is very relieved.
Valverde, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Out towards the flank.
Cambio de jugadores en España. El dorsal 18, el dorsal 19, el dorsal 10, el dorsal 5,
Today,
el dorsal 15, el dorsal 9. Serán
played
sustituidos
cross-field, changing the point of attack.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
El dorsal 4, el dorsal 12. Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
That's really well cleared. Tries to play it through. De Bruyne. Reinders. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him. They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Now it's Mbappe. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. And that's that. Vietnam can probably lay claim to the title of having been the better side here. Certainly more results-driven as they went about their business in an efficient manner. Any reflections on what... Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. We're up and running then. And here's Vinicius Junior. Can he spark a counter here? Bellingham. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
I like the look of this fella, Tiani Reinders, Peter. The Dutchman being one of the better all-round midfielders to emerge in recent times. He's energetic, he's intelligent both on and off the ball in the way he reads the game. And he boasts quite a high goal contribution too. So his link-up play gets him in those congested.
That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given.
Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
And it's Koundé. Koundé just loves to go forward whenever he can.
Valverde. It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life.
It's a pretty loose pass. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And he has been fouled there.
Van der Ven. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Van Dijk.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Bellingham.
Spain definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
And he's in on goal. Flashes it across.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Now looking to orchestrate a counter.
Vinicius Junior. Spain disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency.
Great vision. Now it's Mbappe.
Valverde.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Bellingham. And it's Valverde.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
De Bruyne.
Now it's Haaland.
Oh, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. De Bruyne.
And it's Tchouaméni. Here's Tchouaméni. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now that looks a decent ball. And he's managed to get free. Oh, good ball. That's put paid to the danger. Van der Ven. Now it's Mbappe. Shoots!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Chouameni. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
De Bruyne.
Is there any... Can he finish? And he nearly went all the way.
Well, it came to nothing in the end, but it certainly got the crowd going.
40 minutes gone. Half-time closing in. Knocks it into space. It's come to nothing. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And the through ball. It's loose now and they want to get it back. Bellingham. Chance here to counter. For Valverde. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Cucurella. So a temporary halt to the action. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. The midway point of the game.
Vietnam certainly have plenty of positives to take from that first half, especially the way they were able to turn it on in the last few minutes. I can see them coming out with more menace, more meaningfulness after the break, as momentum is definitely with them now.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. And we are back on the way.
Vietnam have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Now who's going to be first to this? Good ball, good take.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Spain clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Reinders. Cucurella. Van Dijk.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Great ball if he can get there. Koundé. Cucurella. To McAllister. Mbappe! Spain can breathe again, just.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Haaland currently being consciously targeted.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Well, they continue each to cancel the other out. Thuram. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Now it's Thuram. Looking tidy in possession here. Vinicius Junior is flagged offside. Aimed beyond the defence. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And the finish! Cunha gets it away. Cucurella. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. Well, that pass isn't the best. Chouameni. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Mbappe. Thuram.
Looking for options for movement. Now this could be a chance. Place it in low. It's out of play, and it is a goal kick.
Cambio de jugadores en España. El dorsal
The two
19.
coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
El dorsal 10. El dorsal 20.
Musiala,
El dorsal 15.
and here's
El dorsal
Thuram,
9. Serán
Kvaratskhelia,
sustituidos por el dorsal
and the ball
21,
is out of play.
el dorsal 11, el dorsal 42, el dorsal 4, el dorsal 22, el dorsal 12. Cambio de jugadores.
Reinders, and it's McAllister. Now there's a fine ball. Koundé has it out wide and in space. And a chance!
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner. Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Pinches it off him.
Well, the crowd's impatience is an indicator that they haven't quite given up on a goal just yet.
This looks promising. Musiala finds himself offside. And it's McAllister. Tries one from range! And he's following up! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
All hands on deck for this one. McAllister with the short one. McAllister in towards the back stick. Tries to play it through.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Van der Ven cuts out the pass. Not the most accurate pass.
Habrá
90 minutes gone and nothing to show. Yildiz. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. He has a look up. Shot a goal! He lifts the roof! Has he won it?
won it! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like...
That's that, the end. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest.
Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Vietnam simply forgot to turn up with an attack, Peter, and that lack of cutting edge.
Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting.
Thuram! Oh, that was no routine save.
Thuram clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Let's put pay to the danger.
That'll be a throw.
And it's McAllister. Lovely passing, lovely movement as well. He was chosen to go back. Thuram proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Spain have got it back and they'll have another go.
Referee's given a throw. Now then, the ball's come loose.
And here's Mbappe.
And the finish! It's off target and by quite a way. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, I'm really...
Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty.
Vietnam have themselves a chance from the spot. The chance to break through.
He scores for sure!
Not much more than a formality.
You know, he would have been embarrassed had the keeper held his position then.
So, a breakthrough already. He's going to be disappointed with that. Koundé. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Opts to play it back. Bellingham. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Mbappe. Spain are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Bellingham. And it's Cucurella. Great vision. Lopez. To McAllister. Out towards the flank. That's an excellent interception. Pass somewhat off target. And it's Lopez. This is a promising build-up. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Chouameni looking to pass their way up the pitch. Now it's Mbappe. Plays it in low. And the keeper gets his hands on it. Vermeer. And here's Mbappe. Just eases him off the ball. Looking to play him in. Well timed, excellent interception. Koundé. Played over towards the opposite flank.
Good switch, that.
And it's Lopez. Koundé.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Looking for the run.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And that has been knocked clear. Now it's Mbappe. Eze. And it's Reinders. Thuram. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Spain clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Vietnam really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Played out wide. And it's played in. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Spain have the chance to go the other way. Koundé. Now it's Bellingham. Now it's Mbappe. He's in a great position here. He's shifting through the gears here.
2 minutos de descuento.
Bellingham.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Now it's Thuram. Good running, strong and purposeful. Oh, he's found support out wide. Vietnam have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do. This possibly the last play of the half. Reinders plays it short. Showing good feet. And he's there to belt it away. And we've reached half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
It's just been exhilarating, Peter, and leaving everyone wishing for a little bit more, but you'll have one manager now trying to exercise more control, so we can only hope that they go at it again in similar fashion.
Vietnam just ahead here in a tight game. They are 1-0 to the good. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Vietnam currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Chouameni. Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Thuram. Aimed beyond the defence.
Chance, surely!
They want to be quick to recover this. Eze. Bellingham. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Good challenge, excellent challenge. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent, it's almost personal, and it had to be. And that is expertly dealt with. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Mbappe scooting forward. He has found the way through. Reinders, and that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Vietnam are ahead here by what is still the only goal. So we've reached the hour mark. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's McAllister. Can he get it through? Now this could be a chance.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Bellingham. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Bellingham. Oh, they can break here. Now it's Thuram. Now it's McAllister. Lopez.
He's had a shot! It's a goal! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Cambio de jugadores en España.
So we have movement on both benches. Spain restore parity.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Serán sustituidos por
Oh, that's a fine interception.
El dorsal 18, el dorsal 22, el dorsal 4, el dorsal 42, el dorsal 12. Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
That looks a decent ball. Yildiz is in a really good position out wide.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
That's a good ball out wide. Vietnam still have the cards to affect this game.
Well, the manager's got a decision to make here, whether he's happy to stick or twist.
Just a quarter of an hour to play. And here's Musiala. De Bruyne.
Vietnam clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
That has not gone well. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. That has ended up in no man's land.
De Bruyne.
Is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Still anyone's game, this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
While facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. And he's straight offside. The final 5 minutes. Yamal.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Van Dijk gets over and intercepts. That has been cut short. Can he get on the end of this? He's being urged to shoot.
And a chance! Oh, he's done it! A game of margins! A game of thrills! This might just do it!
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Vietnam are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was up.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Musiala picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. So a game of thrills and tiny margins, so many what-ifs and what-might-have-beens, but eventually we have a winner.
Well, I thought only one team could win this, certainly in the last few minutes, Peter. They didn't half make it hard on themselves, but sometimes you just have to win games whatever way you can, and that they did.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.